Hello my friends, welcome to another video about the Husqvarna Norden 901. Today with a very specialized subject, which is the mechanism that adjusts the headlight. At my bike, at a certain point some months ago, I noticed it didn't work any longer. So that button which you hear on the left hand side just turned, but nothing happened. So I took it all apart, took out the front lamp. That's how you can access it relatively easy, I will show you later. And try to remove that mechanism, but I didn't really figure out how to take it out, how to disassemble these different parts without breaking them or taking a saw in the worst case. I have now ordered the 3 individual parts and will show you how they look like. So that mechanism basically is meant to, when you, for example, ride with a pillion, the bike will get heavier on the back, it will go down, and the light basically will shine more upwards. So it will shine into traffic meeting you, it will blind other people. At the other hand, when you ride without a passenger, it goes down of course, but you still want this height adjustment to have a good reach of the light without blinding other people. So I have the 3 parts ordered, they are at home. Let's take a look how they are assembled and disassembled. So here you see the individual parts that make up the mechanism. The heart basically is this assembly here. Then we have the holder that attaches it to the lamp mask and the button itself. The button itself inside is just shaped like this 9mm nut. So it fits on that thing here on the drive, like this. Oh, come on, should go in there. Yeah, here we go. And then there are some gears here. You see the one is metal also, actually the small one that is driven by the button. And that turns this mechanism. And by turning that, this rod that is connected here to the lamp actually will move inwards and outwards. And by that angle the lamp more or less. The problem now is the following. This thing goes into a holder. You see these 3 small teeth here. These go through the 3 corresponding positions here. So it goes in something like this. Should go in. Yeah, here we go. And then it's locked by turning it almost 90 degrees around here. But you can only do that when the button and the turning button is already on, because as you see the shape here, this part will then lie in here. So this basically will move downwards. Let me see if I can do that here. Yep, it's moving a little bit hard now, but I've done it a few times now, it's okay. So this is how it all looks inside the bike, the lamp mask. And then you turn here and that turns the gears. And that changes the length of this. That basically changes that distance here and moves the lamp mask. So the problem is now that the button here, of course, the turning thing here, doesn't go through the lamp mask because the hole is much smaller. So I would need to turn that carefully upwards again. It's getting easier now since I've done it a few times. So this needs to go inside. The button needs to come from the outside, something like that, through the hole. And then I need to turn this thing inside the lamp mask. The alternative would be actually, and I'm considering that, to cut off this part here and then just have that part accessible from the outside. Either you can then come from the outside, use that thing as a loose tool. Whenever you want to adjust your lamp, just go in and turn it. Or even use a standard 9mm socket on a longer rod, something like a screwdriver like this, for example. Come in here from the outside, connect it and adjust the lamp. That will work definitely if you only need to adjust your lamp, your headlamp occasionally. For people like me who hardly ever ride with a pillion, for example, this is a very good alternative. So I need to see if I can get now that part inside, the button on from the outside and then that thing turn into the locking position if I succeed with that, because it's quite tight inside there. Alternatively, I will simply cut off that part and do the less complex installation, if you call it like that. So here you have the button that normally adjusts the light. You see it's really shaky and plastic stuff, just not really nicely robust design, and that doesn't do anything on my bike any longer because the gears inside are worn out. However, a problem I had quite in the beginning when the bike was new is that the front light was waving like a dog's tail almost, and what had happened is that there's a screw inside here, a bolt as you say in English, that connects that mechanism to the lamp mask, and I had lost that one. So that one needed to be replaced, and I put in a standard bolt which I found which fits. I will need to get the original ones later. So the lamp is out. How does that work? There are two bolts holding it, one from the left and one from the right, and I access them via this tool I got here. I can go in here and remove these two, and before that you need to normally take out the one screw that connects the lamp to the mechanism. That is accessed from up here. I have only put something like that inside here after I lost that screw, and it works, so I don't need to remove it. It will still connect, but I need to find a better solution on that. And then you see the whole lamp unit comes out. You need to take out the connector here inside there and disconnect that one and take it aside. Let me do that, but I need both hands for that. Then the next step is that you take out that screw and the one on the other corresponding one on the other side, which hold actually the adjustment mechanism in place. So after analyzing this now again, I realized it's impossible to take it out without disassembling the complete front mask, and I'm too lazy to do that actually. I don't see why I should do that. Vice versa, it will be impossible to install the new one as it is without taking the right side lamp mask off. So what I've done now is actually modifying that holder part here. Here you see the original. That's the new one I had ordered. I took the old one and cut off that whole part here, which will keep the adjustment button in place. So I will not have a permanent adjustment button, but I will have a hole in the lamp mask, and from there I can access it without either a 9mm wrench or with the original button from the outside. Let's put that back. Now you see how this looks like. You see inside the socket basically for the lamp adjustment. Unfortunately, when I took my saw on it, on the old one, I made some marks in the plastic, and that is a bit of a pain in the ass now. However, I am considering now taking that button, that thing here, which goes just in here like that, and just gluing it into place. Why not? That's the best way I think to do it. Probably I will do it. Ask why I didn't show you the inside. That's how it looks like here, quite chaotic. Up here, this is actually where the end of the front rod. So it's basically impossible to show you how it looks inside there because it's so dark. But you will see how that is done, how this works. Once you have taken off the lamp mask and taken out those screws. It is a little bit of a puzzle to get it in and out, or out and in, but it's not too hard and just takes. If you've done anything correctly, if you turn the knob counterclockwise, the headlamp will move downwards, or the light will move downwards. I don't know if you can see how it's tilting. It's not very much, but it doesn't need very many degrees. And if you turn it clockwise, it will adjust the beam higher actually. So that should do it.